Hey everybody, it's Buzz. I've been thinking a lot about making another What I've Been Reading video, and, I kind of realized I don't really read a lot of stuff which is new or popular at all. And so I decided to go to the shonenjump app and catch up on a whole bunch of series that I've never started before, on some series that some other people I know really like, and kind of give some of my thoughts on them. I'm not really, super into shonen or anything, so this is gonna be a little different than my other, reading log videos, but, hopefully it's good. hopefully it's a good video. Alright, so basically, first new series I started reading is Candy Flurry. Now, Candy Flurry is a pretty new series with a story by Ippon Takeguchi and art by Santa Mitarashi. It's pretty new. It only has 6 chapters out so far, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like it. It's not the strongest series ever, but it's fun. The power system seems interesting, so basically it's a series about people who can manifest and control sugary foods. So, like, for instance, there's the main character is what they would call, what she calls a lollipop user. She can create giant lollipops. She swings them around like a scythe. There's another girl that can control ice cream, and so she can freeze the air, and she can freeze people, and she can create ice cream for barriers and things like that. It's pretty interesting. It's a silly enough concept that you would look at it and you would say okay, but like I said, it just kind of works. I'm enjoying it so far. And yeah, it's pretty early, only 6 chapters, but honestly, I have high hopes for this series. I really hope it doesn't get canceled. This series has a 6.63 on my anime list right now. It's not looking so hot. But I hope it sticks around, because I think it can go far. I can imagine this series with the level of writing that it's at right now. I think it'll be pretty interesting. And now, the next series I just started is Witch Watch. Witch Watch is a series by Kenta Shinohara that is the same mangaka as Astra Lost in Space, which is a pretty under-the-radar series that has a lot of devout fans. It gets really good reviews. People loved it, and so people were really happy to see another series by the same mangaka. And I started reading this one. I read the first 80 pages or so, and it seems fine. Nothing, to be honest, nothing really caught my eye in Witch Watch so far. But I've been wrong before with starts of mangas. I've read the first volume or so. I've read more than the first volume of series and never really cared for them that much, and continued on and actually really loved it. The same thing happened with Black Butler, Grand Blue Dreaming. Both series that I didn't really care for at the beginning, but they grew on me way more over the volumes. And I don't know, this series so far, it just seemed, it was a pretty basic romance. So it's about a girl who is a witch, who travels back to her hometown after her witch training to make her friend, who is part ogre, her familiar, and so that they could do witch good deeds together, basically. It's fine. A lot of people I know really love it. And you know what? I respect that. I'll keep reading it. I will. Maybe not immediately, since there's a bunch of other series that I'm currently on, but, it caught my interest enough. The next manga on my list here is actually one that I've been binge reading. I read the first 19 chapters, and I started it yesterday, I believe. So that's a lot. Needless to say, I really like it. This new series I'm talking about is Undead Unluck. It's by Yoshifumi Tozuka. Never heard of this author before, so I don't know if they have any previous works. I'll probably look them up later, because I'm actually kind of interested now. Basically, it's a series about a girl who will give extremely bad luck to anyone who touches her, even for a second, and most of the time, if someone touches her, they die. And she meets a man who is completely immortal, and this guy, who is known as Undead, basically, he tries his best to befriend Unluck. He thinks that there's a way to exploit her ability, which can kill him because he's been alive for an extremely long time, and he wants to know if there's actually a way for him to, die eventually. And so he thinks by exploiting her Unluck ability, he can finally rest in peace. They find out that people become more unlucky the more that she loves them, and so it's kind of a cross between a romance series and an action shonen, because of course there's not just two people in the world that have superpowers. There's lots of people in the world that has these different abilities. There's a pretty interesting power system in this manga. Basically, there's people that can undo laws of the world, and so in this world, Unluck simply turns off people's lucks, and Undead simply turns off his ability to die. It's very basic, but it works. And I've been loving this series. I read the first 2 volumes or so, like I said, and I actually genuinely want to see more. And the art isn't, perfect or anything like that, but it's a fun read. I actually found myself smiling at some of the comedy and some of the hijinks they get up to just in the first chapter, actually. I really liked it from pretty much immediately. So I'm very happy I started Undead Unluck, and I will definitely be reading more of it. Another series I started recently, Hardboiled Cop and Dolphin. It's about a series of it's about a cop who is always trying his best to look cool and look like an action hero all the time. And his name is Samejima, which of course means Shark Jimo. And he gets demoted to a small island off the coast of Japan, which keeps getting attacked by sea creatures that become humans. And there's this girl who was a part of some, cult, and apparently she has the ability to see the future and change the future. And then her surrogate father is a dolphin man. And he's a police officer. And he is also the action hero show-off type, and so Shark and Dolphin always getting up to hijinks. It's alright. It's not the most enthralling read. I kept finding myself getting bored of reading the first few chapters. I think I read how much of this did I read right now? I read the first 4 chapters since 2 days ago, and I like it. It seems fine. Like I said, it didn't blow me away. I didn't binge read it. I just thought it was a fun premise, and then I kinda got bored. I will be reading more of it, but this one's kind of on the axe watch. A lot of people have been talking about this not getting the best reviews and how it's probably going to get canceled pretty soon. It's probably not lasting very long. I hate to say it. It's not the best, but it's fine. It's kind of a 5 out of 10 series. It's not bad, but there's better things I could be reading right now, you know what I mean? Alright, what else? Oh man. Oh yeah, we actually have something I don't like on this list. There's, from the creator of Assassination Classroom, we have the Elusive Samurai. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like this. It was actually hard to get through the first volume. It was so boring. I just did not want to read this. The first chapter it was like, I actually wanted to stop partway through the first chapter. It was just so uninteresting and so unoriginal. Like, I don't want to... Okay, no offense to anyone that's worked on this series, but, I don't know if I'll be reading more of this, I'm gonna be honest. It seems it's okay. The art is good. I mean, the artist is fantastic. I mean, he made Assassination Classroom. That's, quite the resume already. But, yeah. I don't have too much to say about this one. I hate to say it, but I think this is a bit of a Samurai 8 situation going on. It's about a boy who is great at running and evading people, and then his family gets killed and he's forced to become a samurai. And it's basically a ripoff of Rurouni Kenshin. Fine. I mean, I'm a big Rurouni Kenshin fan, and this isn't really something I want to continue reading, to be honest. Mashle, Magic, and Muscles is basically a Harry Potter parody, but the catch is that the main protagonist cannot use magic. He is instead just incredibly strong and loves working out, and overpowers people that use magic. It's dumb, but it's peak comedy. Okay, Mashle, Magic, and Muscles is probably the funniest new manga that's been releasing. It's pretty great. It's pretty great. I'm gonna be honest. It's by Hajime Komodo. It's a banger. It's really hilarious. The comedy, perfect. The visual style is fantastic. It's very unique. It's a pretty unique visual art style. I keep up with this weekly now. Like, it's a weekly series for me, and I don't do that very often. In fact, I don't even read a lot of new stuff very often, and this is just something that I just can't drop it. You know, I'm the newest chapter is chapter 64. I read that like a minute after it came out. This series is great. Definitely a 9 out of 10. Could very easily be a 10 out of 10 manga. It's great. Check out Magic and Muscles, Mashle, Magic and Muscles if that sounds interesting. What, you boys already know what it is. I've been reading more Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's go. Jujutsu Kaisen is great. I'm gonna be honest. I started this series a few months ago, and I recently caught up to the newest chapter. So good. This series is like... So Jujutsu Kaisen has a pretty basic plot. Basically, it's about a school of sorcerers who use their cursed energy, magic, to defeat demons and keep people safe, and also defeat people that use their cursed energy for evil deeds. It's very basic. But wow, does this series have probably the best action scenes I've ever seen in a new currently being released manga. Like, if you really like beautiful action scenes that have genuinely good choreography for the battles, please check out Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen is so good in that department. I love it. Also, Maki, best girl. And I'll be putting this on the piano, on the keyboard right there. Please don't follow. Stay! Okay. Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen is probably, I would say, my favorite currently being released manga. I made a list on my phone so I wouldn't forget what I'm doing, and I already forgot what I was doing since I went on a Jujutsu tangent. Oh, yeah. So, there's 2 more series I want to talk about. The Emperor and I is a new series I recently discovered. Basically, it's about a relatable high school girl who one day comes home from school and she finds a penguin in her fridge. And then they decide to adopt the penguin. But the penguin is also, like, intelligent. It's kind of like Pen from Evangelion. And yeah. It's basically, it's basically just a cute penguin doing cute things. And it's kind of good, to be honest. Yeah. It's called The Emperor and I by Mato. So, a cute penguin doing cute things sounds interesting. You should check it out. I plan on reading more of this. This was pretty entertaining for what I read so far. Oh yeah, also one more series. Trojan X. That's a new series by Sui Ishida, the author of Tokyo Ghoul. There's been 1 chapter so far that's been released, and I think it's good. I think it's fine. It seems like literally just the same as Tokyo Ghoul, but more of it. In fact, to be honest, it might even take place in the same world for all I know. It's very similar. There's only been 1 chapter released. And yeah, if you like Tokyo Ghoul, I'm sure you'll like Trojan X. It's basically the same series. So is that everything? Is that everything? Oh yeah, one more. There was one more. I lied. There's one more. Blue Box. Blue Box by by Koji Miura. Well, I'll just read the synopsis. A badminton guy falls in love with a basketball girl. Do these sports-crossed lovers have a chance? Yeah, so imagine that, but with beautiful art. Yeah, you're in for a fun time. The series is actually pretty good. So it's not really a sports manga, although it does have lots of sports club themes and scenes. It's mostly a romance series, but it's not really a shoujo style. It's more of a shonen style romance series. And it's pretty good, you know. I'm a huge sports manga fan, and there's not very much basketball in this, to be honest. In the first 7 chapters that have been released so far, there's been, I think, 1 scene of actual basketball. So for me, that's like, okay, that's kind of disappointing. But I also know that the romance is pretty top tier in this. It's not cringy. It's not overbearing. It's very realistic. And yeah, like, look at this picture. Look at this picture a second. Basketball girl, badminton boy, they fall in love. It's basically that. But it's executed very well. It's kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen in that situation, where it's a very basic concept that's done extremely well. And yeah, I will be reading this weekly. It's very good. You know, I don't really want to give it like a score so soon, but I would say it's an 8 out of 10 right now. Of course, that could change. I don't know. Things always seem to change in the in the manga world. Getting Attack on Titan flashbacks. But yeah, so that's all the Shonen Jump stuff I've been reading so far recently. And yeah, I don't know, I might make this like a monthly series talking about the new Shonen Jump stuff. But yeah, so I've been meaning to read more new series, and yeah, so that's what I've been trying to do. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this video was good. And yeah, I wasn't really feeling the old reading log videos I was doing. I don't know, just talking about everything I've been reading kind of felt a bit repetitive when I was already gushing about my favorite series in my haul videos. And yeah, this is pretty fun to do. So thanks for watching, everybody. It would be pretty epic if you could subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I know, like, according to my analytics, like, no one subscribes. I always like to see feedback for what videos people do and don't like, so I can, you know, adjust accordingly. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. See ya.